Participant and Application ICDXA 2025. To all participants and sorry, to all participants and VVIP participant, please take your seat and the event will begin soon. For online participant, please make sure your connection and device are still in good. Thank you for your attention. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, VVIP participant and all conference participant joining online via Google Meet and on-site at BINUS at Semarang. We meet again at the 4th International Conference on Digital Transformation and Application ICDXA 2025. After yesterday, today we will continue with the next academic speaker session. We hope your enthusiasm similar between yesterday because today we will hear presentation from outstanding academic from various international partner university. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will begin the first academic session on the second day. Our speaker is Professor Dr. Hao Chang. Before we begin, allow me to share a brief introduction about our speaker. She is a professor at the Faculty of Computing and Informatics from Multimedia University, MMU, Malaysia, and also serves as Deputy Director of MMU Press. His research focuses on XML database, query optimization, data modeling, and data warehousing, and has published so much scientific article in reputation international journal. With experience so many in data management and information system, Professor Sechang will present topic title Leveraging Hybrid Recommender System to Improve E-commerce Platform via Online Google Meet. Okay. Good morning, Professor. Can you hear my voice, right?
Yeah, good morning. Can you all hear me?
Okay, wait.
Are you all able to hear me?
Sorry, we cannot hear your voice clearly.
Oh. Online participant, are you all able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So I think it's the physical venue. I'm so sorry.
Okay, wait for another second, everyone. Hey, good morning, Professor. Maybe you can say hi.
Good morning. Can you hear me now? I think still can't hear me. Wait, let me just try to type. I think the online can hear me, right? Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem, so you can maybe wait for another second. Okay. Good morning, Professor.
Good morning. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear clearly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Hao Sechan.
All right.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay, a very good morning to the organizer and all the participants. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the organizer to invite me for this invited talk. I'm Su Ching Hao and I'm from Multimedia University, so one of the collaborator for this event. Okay, and the title of my speech is Leveraging Hybrid Recommender System to Improve E-commerce Platform. So firstly, let's take a look into what a recommender system is. It is a system that intelligently provide recommender lists to user according to the interests. So this could be done maybe through interaction of the user to the system, whereby it is able to capture the user preferences, the user browsing history, purchase transaction, and so on and so forth. So why do we need a recommender system? One of the key reasons is due to the massive growth of data. We find it hard to find the things that we actually need. In the past, people used to shop perhaps in a small physical store, and with this, you can see only very limited item. However, with the growth of internet, you can put everything on the internet and people will be able to see the abundance of resources online. So although the amount of available information has increased, now a new problem arose. We will find it hard to find the item that we actually need because we are actually seeing too many things. Just like the Chinese proverb, looking for a needle in the haystack. So this is where a recommender system come in place. And the second factor for this is increased user experience. Due to the need to give user a more personalized experience, which will match their interests best. So this will be able to save some cost, for instance, rather than pushing the advertisement to all group of user. Why not? You only push suitable catalogs or advertisement to certain group of user that most likely want to purchase. In another word, we hope for the personalization. And thirdly is to increase the sales engagement. So by targeting only the personalized touch of each customer, the company can engage their customer with the potential buying products more accurately. So what are the types of recommender system? In general, RS can be categorized into three main groups, which is the content-based, collaborative filtering, and hybrid. Now let's take a look into the content-based. So basically, this technique is based on each item could have the similar features. So by basing on this concept, you will be able to generate the score for a particular item to recommend to user. For instance, let's take a look into this gentleman. Let's name it as Peter. So Peter is interested to read perhaps paper related to machine learning and IoT. And if we found that there is any articles of the similar topic, which is specified in the user profile, we will be able to recommend the article to Peter. Okay. By means of collaborative filtering, okay, it is merely based on rating or similar taste of the user. Users that have the same taste will more likely wish to purchase the same item. For instance, let's take a look into this scenario. Let's say Jane and Peter. So Jay and Peter both read article A and B. So they are common in the research area. So if Jane read article C, we may most probably recommend article C to Peter as well because they share the same taste. And hybrid means a combination of two methods. So it could be not necessary combination of content-based to collaborative. It could be maybe sub-techniques available in collaborative, and collaborative, or content-based and collaborative, and so on and so forth. All right. So in our project, we propose an intelligent hybrid-based system that allow user to access not only the product recommendation, but they are able to have the dashboard with some descriptive analytic to help in decision making. So this will provide some insights to the admin, especially on what are the past record. So we crawl the data set from home depot data set, which is available in this URL. So this data set has about this number of record with about 17 attribute, and the file is in CSV format. So basically we have the attributes like you can see over here, like the price, the color, key, as well as the category. Okay. So we are applying ontology to help us on the hybrid system. What is ontology? Ontology is a formal description of knowledge, which is a set of concepts within that domain and the relationship that holds within them. So we can model it like in this picture over here. So basically, the concept will be represented as the node and the relationship will be represented as the edge. So with this, we are able to visualize how the data link from one to the other. And this will give us some insight. So ontology is flexible and scalable. Basically, you can add any new nodes or any new relationship at any time. In our data set, we have created an ontology. So basically, let's take a look into this. Okay, so a user could have several wish lists and could have made several transactions. And each transaction may contain several items. And these items are of certain category. And a category may have some other subcategory. And a user may specify their interest of a particular category. Now let's focus into the item. Let's take a look into an example of the 20-inch by 30-inch metal frame rounded. I think it's a bathroom mirror. All right. So this is under the category of vanity mirror, and vanity mirror is under the subcategory of bathroom mirror, which is a subcategory of the bath. So basically, in this ontology, we can see that a bathroom mirror also contains some other subcategory like the makeup mirror and the mirror framing kits. So let's take a look into an example, perhaps with the username J over here. So J has specified that he is interested in the category of, let's say, bath, workwear, and also automotive. And this is specified in the user preference. So once he has specified this, as he log in, be able to see his dashboard with the recommendation that are created based on the content-based recommendation list, okay, which are mainly based on the same category. Okay, in terms of content base, we can also base on the item category. Like we can see earlier in this picture, under the above, there are several subcategory as well. So if let's say we are still basing on the same example, let's say for this particular item, and we can trace that it belong to the path category. So we can also recommend the rest of the item to this particular user. So this we put it at the product page, okay, under path. So as he look into the vanity mirror, he will be able to get some recommendation at the bottom of the page. All right. Now let's look into the next technique, which is collaborative filtering. Collaborative filtering is based on the frequently bought together. So from the sample data, actually, we can base on the transaction. Let's take a look into transaction 3 and transaction 4 here. So if both transaction has purchased the 20-inch to 30-inch metal frame, and transaction 3 has purchased some other items, the same go to transaction 4. So most probably we can recommend, okay, depending on the number of transaction that you would like to do. Of course, the higher will be the more accurate. We can implement this at the checkout page. So as a user intend to check out, you'll be able to see there are also some products that are recommended to him or her. So basically, this is with the intention to push those items that are less moving or non-active stock. Okay. So as the admin, you will be able to see some dashboard as they log in. So basically, you will be able to keep track of the daily transaction, which you'll be able to gain some statistical analysis and able to see some of the summary. So the user may analyze, okay, the admin may analyze. Let's say it would like to know why there is a drop on this particular area. So it can just click on this and then the corresponding chart, okay, will change accordingly. So we say that the admin can drill down, okay, and interacting with each chart to analyze further. As a customer will be able to see also their own dashboard. So including their total spending time, okay, the total amount that they have spent. And in addition, admin will be able to create some analysis through the pivot table as well as the pivot chart over here. So based on some of the attributes, they can just drag and drop, okay, to create the table as well as the chart. Admin will also be able to generate some reports. Okay, so there are some predefined reports that they can click over here and they can use the email function to send to themselves. So in conclusion, we have proposed an intelligent hybrid-based recommender system that are based on ontology to provide not only the product recommendation, but also some descriptive analytics. So some of our future plan is to extend the dashboard, okay, also to include some prediction. So these are the references, all right. So before I end, I do some marketing, okay. So I'm from the MMU Press. MMU Press have 8 journals in total. Okay, but the one that fit into this conference will be Journal of Informatics and Web Engineering. So we are calling for paper for the coming issues. If you are interested, you may submit to us. Okay. If you are interested to see about other MMU Press journal, you may also go into this site. Okay, the main site over here. And we are proud to announce that we have one journal that are accepted under Scopus. Not this journal lah, okay? Another journal. So you can visit this page to see. All right. That journal is more on communication languages. All right. And just want to share with you, maybe we can also do, sorry, just want to share with you that we have annual article writing competition, okay, at the journal level. So watch out for the coming year, 2026, which we will announce very soon, most probably on 15 November, because we will start early this year. Okay, so there are several categories under open, postgrad, and undergrad, and these are the prices. On top of that, we will be giving the e-cert, okay, e-cert for all the participants as well if you don't win any of this prize. Okay, e-cert will also be giving to any of the prize winner. Yeah. So this is good as a recognition on top of getting your paper published. So also I would like to announce that we have the 6th series of sitting in 2026 coming soon, which will be in May, 7 to 9 May 2026. So the website is still in progress. So you can, but you'll be using the same website. You can take a look from time to time. So the publication will be in the AIP conference proceeding, okay, which is indexed in Scopus and WOS. On top of that, we are collaborating with some other journals as well. Okay, so this is the possible support. If let's say you do not have a paper, you can support us in terms of joining us as the collaborator by enrolling into these packages, or you can support us as a supporting institution only also can. Yeah. So with that, we will put in your logo in the website. Okay. So as a supporting institution is you help us to call for paper. All right. Okay, and then we have also another event which is usually happening in September. Coming year will also be in September. So this is an event by MMU Press on all the 8 journals, interdisciplinary. So again, we have a lot of packages. That is also opportunity for you to become the keynote chair as well as any of the TPC. All right. So these are some possible collaboration that I look forward with you as a co-organizer for City. Also, we can also think of writing paper together. My area is in information system, database and recommender system. And we hope you can also join us as collaborator in Sydney and to watch out for the article writing competition soon. All right. So you can always reach me at this email address. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, give applause to Professor for your so many information and opportunity to collaboration. Okay, Professor Chang highlight the importance of the implementation hybrid recommendation system to improve efficiency and user experience on e-commerce platform. Okay, to ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, feel free for offline and online. Maybe any question?
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
My name is Lukman Abdul Rahman from Mindanao State University, Philippines.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yes. My question is about e-commerce. I've been using some e-commerce applications like Shopee, Lazada, and hearing your presentation, how the algorithm works somehow interest me. Maybe for future research. No? But more on my question is somehow recommendation or opinion actually. Sometimes when using Lazada or Shopee, or those e-commerce sites, they have some recommendations, which sometimes annoys me actually. Uh, because there are situations like I bought some items not for me because I bought it for my mother, I bought it for my sister, I bought it for my father, and because sometimes we tech people they use as a channel to buy because they don't know how to use the mobile phone and they ask you to buy. So sometimes there are items that are keep popping up on on the application that don't interest me actually. So somehow, what I want to see, so what interests me. So my question is it possible that the structure you presented, those relationship, those entities, and those nodes and its edges as their relationship, is it possible for the user to customize it, not really based from the transaction she has done, but maybe somehow in interactive way she could graphically understand the graphical presentation and somehow modify it based on his or her preference. I hope that the question is clear.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. So firstly, the recommendation system that we built just now on the project, we actually built on Aeon, which is quite famous in Japan, and Malaysia we have the retailer as well. So on your question on Shopee and Lazada, I believe they are still improving on the recommendation. But from what I can see is so far they are really they are not really into the hybrid yet. So they maybe will be coming out with some hybrid or even look into the generative AI. But for the time being, I think it's still in progress. Yeah, hope I answer your question. Because for customization or to model it is actually the back end process, not the end user.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Professor. Clear? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, have any question for online maybe or offline? Okay. For me, one question, Professor. What do you think about user privacy in modern recommendation system?
Sorry, come again. Efficiency, is it?
User privacy.
User privacy. Okay, there are some study into this. Yeah, correct. More on the ethical and privacy issue. Uh, but that part is not really on my area.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay.
Thank
Maybe any question for offline or online, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Professor, for your interesting and insightful sharing. A give applause for Professor. Thank you, and you can enjoy the session. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we move to another speaker today. Our next speaker is Dr. Budi Warsito, a senior lecturer from the Department of Statistics, Diponegoro University, Indonesia. Dr. Budi research focus on genetic algorithm, neural network, and machine learning with over 2,000 citations for his scientific publication. Wow. His work has made significant contribution to the development of statistic modeling and optimizing in data science. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Budi.
Okay. Oh yeah. Thanks. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for Master of Ceremony. A very good morning to all of the participants in this international conference on digital transformation and applications. Firstly, I want to thanks to the committee, Dr. Wang, especially for the opportunity to me, so I can speak in this amazing international conference. Um, in this occasion, I want to uh, present about the discovering the role of statistic in machine learning modeling. Maybe a rather difference with majority of all of the participants that's come from informatics, maybe computer science. I am from statistic, uh, but we still brother sister, statistic and informatics. Okay, let me introduce by myself. I'm Budi Warsito from Undip Diponegoro University. Um, beside in Department of Statistics, I also have another task as firstly as in our department we have competency-based lecture group on computational statistics and data science. I am the leader. And then I also have another task in a master program on information system as secretary and head of study program. And but now I'm head of a PhD program in environmental science. Maybe rather different, yeah, because a statistic can be anywhere. I think. Okay. In this morning, maybe for about 20 minutes, I will uh, explain about the understand the statistical foundation of machine learning, and then in this case, we will explore the relationship between regression, probability, and also in ensemble learning. Was the relationship between the concept of statistic to the machine learning, and then one of the algorithm that can be used to choose the optimal architecture of the machine learning model is incremental contribution. Okay, this is the primary goals of the statistic and also the primary goal of machine learning. In statistic, the goal is to understand the underlying relationship between variables and to generalize finding from a sample to a larger population. So we will make a conclusion of the population based on a sample data. This is the core of statistic. This allows for valid conclusion, hypothesis testing, and the quantification of uncertainty. And then the primary goal is of predictive modeling or machine learning modeling is to produce the most accurate prediction of classification possible, even if the reasoning is not easily interpretable. So I think in practice, the both of them is useful. Yeah? The usefulness of machine learning uh, and also this usefulness of statistic or inference. So the machine learning modeling is not just a black box, yeah, because there is a mathematical models that can be explained by the statistical model. Okay, I want to start with regression. square method, it means that we will get the obtain the minimum of some score error. Okay, yeah. We can see from this uh, figure, the independent variables influence the dependent variables, and the parameter is beta. Uh, like this, if we want to, yeah, make a regression model, it means that we will make the baseline, the red line. Okay. There are unlimited lines or regression model that can be made to describe the relationship between y and x, but there is only one, the baseline. The baseline is the line that can product a minimum of some square error. Okay. By using this method, we can guarantee that the selected beta will resulting the least some square error, like this. Okay. Uh, we still can make a figure with the x and y coordinates if we have only one independent variable. But if we have more than one, we can. This is difficult to us to make a figure like this because the yeah, it's more complex model. Okay, if we have more than one independent variables, x1, x1, x2, x2 until xn maybe. Uh, so we call it multiple regression. Okay, yeah, multiple regression. It means that we will regress the x1, x2 until xn into y. Uh, it means that we want to know the influence of x to y. Okay, yeah. The measure of the influence is we call it a determination coefficient from 0 until 1, and then if the R square close to 1, it means that they have a strong influence from independent variable to dependent variables. Okay, thank you. Yeah. And then if R square is close to 0, it means that they have a weakly influence from independent variable to dependent variables. So in this model, we need to test the hypothesis that the beta are significant. Okay, after we see this figure, this is the architecture of regression, multiple regression. We will move to perceptron. Yeah. Perceptron, we have two layer. One is input layer, and then the output layer. optimal number of feature input, and then the optimal number of neuron, and etc. Yeah, how to find the optimal way, and etc. This the problem of the neural network modeling. I want to explain one of the algorithm that can be used to obtain the most or the optimal number of okay, next, the optimal number of neuron. Okay, we call it incremental contribution. Uh, in the previous uh, presentation, I have explained about the R square, that so the contribution of all unit to the outputs. So the algorithm is including the general to specific type. Yeah. We firstly we we make a model with the complex model. There are a lot of unit in hidden layer, and then we reduce one by one. Okay, like this, yeah. R square minus h. So the R square without hidden unit h. Okay, yeah. Ah, this is the key aspect of the in statistic modeling is parsimonies. The simpler is better, like this, yeah. Simpler is better. We prefer to make a simpler model than the complex. If we can get the similar performance between the two models. Okay, this is the key aspect of the parsimony principle. And then, for example, like this, yeah, we have architecture with the full model, full, for example, X hidden units, and then the R square is 0.9x64, like this, and then we will compare the actual data in the network, where all units included in the network in the model, and also one unit is removed from the network. Something like this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We can see from the figure 1 and 2 that if hidden unit 1 and also hidden unit 2 is removed from the models is still good. So the hidden unit 1 and also hidden unit 2 is not important. Yeah, we can remove it because without the unit, the model is still good. But in figure number 3 and number 4, the prediction is less good if we remove the unit from the model. So we should not remove the units. Okay, and then similar with the previous, we can see that the hidden unit number 5, number 6, and number 8 should not be removed from the model, but hidden unit number 7 can be removed from the model. So the selected unit is 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. We can remove unit 1, 2, 7. So we can now have the model with the architecture with full input, and also only a 5 unit in hidden layer. Okay, yeah. This is one of algorithm, and then this algorithm also can be used to select the the important feature. Okay, yeah. Not only the important unit of the hidden layer, but also in important feature. Or we can also make a combination like this. Okay. Yeah, like this. Yeah, we can remove the hidden unit number 1, 2, and also 7. Okay, because without this unit, the R square is still high. Okay. Uh, and then um, this is the difference between regression and classification, because almost us yeah, prefer using a classification model to predictive. Yeah, in regression we have continuous output, but in classification we have the type of the output data is a discrete or categorical data. Okay, so if we have output or target or dependent variable integration, yeah, we have a threshold, and then when the value is the higher than threshold, it's a positive, for example, and lower than threshold, it's negative. So the case is become a classification model. For example, like this, yeah. Uh, okay. Second, I want to explain in shortly, maybe, yeah, about the ensemble machine learning. Yeah, if we have only one model to predict single like this, and in ensemble we make a combination between more than one. Yeah, some classification methods, and then there are a lot of lot of method to make a combination. The motivation of the ensemble is this. This is for if we want to look for advice, for example, whether the stock price will increase more than 6% per year, and we approach various experts having diverse domain experience in the past. For example, we have a six expert, yeah, employee of company. He has been right in the past, yeah, 70% times, and the second has been right in the past 75%, and etc. As until the last, he has been right in the past 65% of times. Yeah. So this is a probability a problem. Yeah, we know from this formula. Yeah, probability of a subset is equal to probability A plus probability of complement from A uh, equal to 1. So if the expert one accuracy is 70%, the inaccuracy is 30% until expert number 6. And then the motivation of ensemble is each expert is independent. So the probability that we can get from the 6 expert is like this. 1 minus blah 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 equal to 99.9%. So by this algorithm, ensemble algorithm, we hope that we will can get the more accurate results, better than if we only use one expert. If we only use one classification methods. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This is the our expectation. Yeah. That ensemble learning helps improve machine learning result by combining several models. Okay. And there are so many methods to make a combination of the methods, but I only want to explain one of them. This is the general idea of the uh, ensemble learning. Yeah, from the original training data, we make a resampling. Resampling. Yeah, by using maybe bootstrap modeling, a bootstrap algorithm, so we can get the subsample G1, G2 until GT, and then by using the various classification model G1, G2 until GT, yeah, and we will get the combination of the classifier, and we hope that by this algorithm we can get the more accurate prediction, the more accurate accuracy, something like that, yeah. Okay. Um Maybe I think next, yeah, this is the sample training from the, uh, for example, bootstrapping. Yes, bootstrapping number 1, 2, 3, etc. And then we use classifier 1, classifier 2, classifier 3, and then we can get the more accurate model, something like this, yeah. This is the reality, and this is the result from the classifier 1, 2, 3, and 5. So the combination is uh, mm, will give us the more accurate prediction. Uh, okay. Uh, baking, baking is yeah. You know the sampling with replacement, yeah. Maybe in our elementary school we have studied about the sampling with replacement, like this. And by using this concept, yeah, if we put from the class, for example, we have 6 ball with the various color like this. We take one ball, and then uh, we pack the ball to the class, and we take it like this, yeah. It's the sampling with replacement. So each replacement is independent by each other. It is different with without replacement. Without replacement, we take one, and then the second replacement, the ball, yeah, we have only 5 because the one ball has been put. Yeah. Okay, this is the basic concept of bootstrap. How to make the more data from the original data. Okay, yeah. Bootstrap 1, 1, 2, 3 until uh, yeah, M, and then we make model 1, model 2, classifier 1, classifier 2 until classifier M, and the foot, uh, and then we will get the best predictor. Okay, this is yeah, a bootstrap. So the basic concept is from the sampling with replacement, like this. Okay, yeah. So this is replication that can be done by using the backing, yeah, bootstrap aggregation, and yeah, the voting is like this, yeah. From the classifier number 1, we can get the predicted that maybe in some point different with the actual, yeah. But by using voter, we hope that the prediction is more precision. Uh, okay, yeah. In one case, yeah, we know the decision tree, something like this, yeah. Decision tree. If we only use one tree, single decision tree, the result is like this. The error is still large, yeah. But if we use more tree, we will get more accurate than we use only one decision tree. So we know, yeah, random forest is a combination of the match of three, like this. Okay, chat. I think. Oh, for closing my presentation, I cite the statement from Michael Bennett in 2022 in this article that machine learning and statistical modeling are more cousin than adversaries on different sides of analysis battleground. Choosing between the two approach, or in some cases using both, is based on the problem to be solved and outcome required, as well as the data available for use and circumstance of the analysis. Machine learning and statistical modeling are complementary, yeah, based on similar mathematical principle, but simply using different tools in an overall analytic knowledge base. Determining the predominant approach will be based on the problem to be solved, as well as empirical evidence, success size and completeness of the data, number of variable, assumption or lack thereof, and expected outcome such as prediction or causality. Good analysts and data scientists should be well versed in both technique and their proper application, thereby using the right tool for the right project to achieve the desired results. I think it's the a very wise statement, yeah, that we are, yeah, uh, more cousins, yeah. Okay, thank you, Max. Thank you very much for your attention. I finished my presentation. I back to the Master of Ceremony.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Give applause for Dr. Eko. Sorry, maybe Doctor, you can sit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have any question from Dr. Budi? Okay, maybe.
Okay, thank you for your wonderful presentation, Dr. Budi. I'm Dani from Binus University. Uh, yeah, in my previous research, I do a lot of regression machine learning, and I see that there are some problems regarding the how we build the models. You said that the models of machine learning is based on statistical regression method, and you have in it. But I was wondering whether we can predict the behavior of a model statistically based on the number of the neurons or the number of the hidden layers and so on. You already show us that we can do some kind of analysis whether the number of neuron is correct or not based on the experiment that you have shown there, and we can either delete or add some neuron. But in your explanation, we only have a small number of neurons. How about if we have a very complex machine learning models? For example, if currently we use some kind of transformer model or any deep learning model, it's has so many hidden layers, and in each layer is has so many nodes. I was wondering whether the same principle that you have explained it to us before can be applied to that complex machine model, Dr. Budi. That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the nice question. Yeah, yeah. um, I think this algorithm, I made a rather simple explanation. Yeah, a simple model with firstly uh, I generate only X neuron. Yeah, to simplicity of my explanation. Yeah, this algorithm can be used to the more complex model. We can generate as you explain, yeah, with the more hidden layer and also more neuron in one hidden layer. No problem, I think, yeah. And with the algorithm, this is not only the one algorithm. Yeah, there are so many algorithm, and one of the general to specific algorithm is incremental contribution. We also use, for example, optimal brain image, optimal brain surgeon, and etc. Yeah? And also we can also use specific to general model. We generate the more simple and then edit one by one, so we will get the optimal number of hidden unit and also the optimal number of the feature input. Oh, I think no problem. We can apply this algorithm to the more complex model. Yeah. Okay, enough. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you for your question. Maybe any question again from...
Good morning, Doctor.
Morning.
I'm not really good in statistics or maybe neural networks. So my question is the simple question. Um, your presentation is somehow fascinates me of some real world problems that we're facing right now. You presented about weather forecast, but what really somehow make me curious about your research is about the issue on population. There's some countries that are having somehow issues with population, like for example maybe Japan. I'm not sure with other. What I know is the population in Japan is somehow decreasing, and maybe your research about statistics and neural networks. I'm wondering if it's possible to somehow predict as well what will happen to the population of Japan, for example.
Okay. I'm sorry. Your question? Can you?
My question is it possible to use your research to predict what will happen to the population of Japan, for example? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for the comment and question. And I think the models is in general, yeah, a model is depend of the type of data. So if the type of data is similar, uh, no problem. It the whatever country, Japan, Indonesia, no problem. If the type is similar, so we can apply the model to the other data. Yeah, if the type of the data is similar. Okay, yeah. If the type is different or extremely different, maybe we can use the model, but with the difference. For example, for selecting the input, yeah, it's different if the type of data, if for example seasonal data and the other data is stationary data, so the input is different. By using the same algorithm, we can get a different feature, different input, and also a different number of hidden unit. Okay, yeah. For example, if we want to make a model, architecture model, and firstly we generate a lot of input, a lot of feature, and we want to select the important input to put the input to the model. So maybe in a stationary data, we only need the simpler input. Only the maybe 1, 2, 3 is enough. But in, for example, in seasonal type of the data, we need more a larger of the input, something like that. The algorithm is the same, but maybe the result is will be different. Result of the architecture, but the general algorithm can be applied for various type of data. I think like this.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Dr. Budi. Ladies and gentlemen, give applause for Dr. Budi. Okay, we know that the statistic, machine learning, and computer science is brother. Okay, Dr. B, you can listen to your seat. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the next speaker. The next speaker is Professor Lukman Abdurrahman from Mindanao State University from Philippines. Professor Lukman is a technology leader and professor who has contributed significantly to bridge academic research with large-scale industrial application. He was expertise in computer science, information system, and software development. Okay, please welcome Professor Lukman. Ladies and gentlemen, give applause.
Morning, everyone. Thank you. I'm very much honored to be part of here in this ICDXA 2025. It's my first time here in Indonesia, and very much excited. Actually, the culture here is somehow we have similarities. We look similar. We just talk in a different language, but I think they're very much similar, which is good. Okay. My talk is about digital transformation, which is the theme of this conference as well. Uh, I would like to talk about digital transformation in a different aspect as we discussed yesterday in educational settings. And some of you here is maybe professors who are students here. Can you raise your hand? Students? Uh, Most are, yes. And professors? Yes. So I'll be featuring later my previous research about asynchronous interclass project collaboration, which is an adaptation method for agile practices. And maybe some of you have learned what is agile for software engineers. Right now, we're going to Industry 4.0, and one of the authors states that the language of industry 4.0 is agile. So it's maybe better for our students as we educators, we prepare our students to be prepared, somehow let them learn the skills that they will be using in the industry later on. So okay, so before I proceed, let me tell you my love story with with my profession as a faculty of a university first. Um, when I graduated, I went to the industry around 2007, and I've been working in the industry for more than a decade. So from software engineer until I became a software architect and learned so many skills in technical sides, databases, architectures, and mostly what I really is agile. Software in the software development method of agile, and I wanted it to share it to the community. And I came from Marawi City, and I don't know if you have heard what happened in the past of Marawi, where we have a siege, we have a long time of war, where all our houses were gone, and we have to somehow strive to stand up again. And that's why coming from city, I have to push myself to come out of my comfort zone, go back to the university, and teach students and the community to stand up again. Uh, so even leaving my comfort of a high-paying job and go to get a job as a faculty, uh, I accepted the challenge. So thinking that with my experience, I could influence the faculty, the students, the community somehow to apply what I have learned from the industry. But little did I know, there are so many challenges that I have faced while teaching. Like, for example, when I got to when I'm teaching, I usually teach software engineering, and one of the topics I teach is agile. And I noticed that it is very hard to teach agile in the university context, because there are so many issues, like for example, uh, conflicts of schedules. Compare when you are working as an employee, you have 8 hours of work where you can collaborate 8 hours with your peers. But with students, you only have 2 hours or 3 hours to talk to each other with with your peers. For example, if you have projects, you only have 2 hours, and most of the time uh, the instructor is talking, but you can somehow the students have limited time to discuss project matters. So that's one of the problems that I face. So that makes me question, how can I uh, uh, teach the students to learn the agile practices in university settings. So one of it is, so I thought of somehow doing some research about it. Another thing that I have experienced moving to Marawi City is when I'm working as a consultant with the LGU, local government, and implementing some information system, like for example for HR, we implement HRIS to the office. One of the things that I recognize there is the resistance to the digital transformation is very high, because especially attendance, when it comes to attendance in the government, don't want the employees don't want strict attendance, because they want to be flexible. They just want to go to the office for just a few minutes and go home, and somehow they're not honest. So I'm not sure with so our culture in our place is like that. So in the government sector, the 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 employees is somehow not very much passionate of their work, because but not there's some who are good, there's some are not, and that's a problem that I have experienced, that the resistance of transformation. So because the people thinks that when implementing digital transformation, they think that this is about technology and this will hinder us from what we want. So they thought that technology is against their wills. But yesterday we discussed that digital transformation is not about technology, right? If you remember, the doctor said that the digital transformation is about technology, people, and purpose. But right now, what I'm saying is digital technology is not just about technology. So it cannot be efficient if a technology, if the process is not being changed. So when you adapt a technology, the process has to be changed as well. If you if you stay on your old process of doing things and trying to adapt new technology, I think it's inefficient. And comparing to that, uh, here we can see the two sides: digital transformation versus computerized processes. In in computerized processes, we think of digitizing the task. Like for example, if you have paperwork, you put it into the computer. You just digitalize it. But rather, in digital transformation, you rethink the work entirely. because you want to make the process maybe faster, because sometimes when implementing digitalization on the manual work to computer, sometimes the process makes it more complicated. Somehow you have to consider sometimes the background of the users that will be using it. Some people don't know how to use computers, and why enforce uh, digitalization like that? Okay. Another thing that is in the is technology first. So this mindset, you prioritize the technology rather than you you prioritize optimizing your process. Another thing is somehow is often rigid rather than agile, and means here your process very fixed because you're saying that the process should be this one, should be this one, should be or maybe must be this one. So you're very much strict without understanding the need of the people or maybe the environment. So rather than digital transformation, what we think is we have to be adaptive. We have to be agile, flexible. In another aspect is focus automation. Sometimes automation is, when we think of automation, it's productive, but sometimes it could be unproductive as well. Sometimes the output of automation is too much that you don't need anymore. Rather than in digital transformation, we focus more on value by implementing some new invention or innovation. With that, I guess the practices of agile comes in. With agile, the implementation of digital transformation in a community would be progressively improving. So what is agile, by the way? So agile, by the way, is coming from the IT industry, uh, from software development, but it's not really specifically useful not only on software development, but it can be applied on different sectors. But for students, for IT students or computer science students, it's very important for you to learn these skills before getting to the industry. Right now, there are so many uh, there's so many companies right now coming up, but there's also a challenge that is competing not only to job uh, somehow you don't compete to other employees that is hunting jobs as well, but you also compete with AI right now. So it's very important to be competitive. So let's have a quick look about the definition of agile. So up here is uh, the core values of agile. One of the core values of agile, which is my favorite, is the first one. So individuals and interactions over processes and tools. I guess the previous slides really focus on this part here. It's very important that when you are implementing, if you're doing software development, it is very important that you understand the need of of each individual. For example, I'm imposing a task for a certain developer. Maybe I give him, you use this framework, use this architecture, use this platform, but without knowing if he or she knows that platforms, and imposing it, and I'll tell him you should finish it by tomorrow. It should, if you were assigned of task like that, you would think, oh, why I'm being so much pressure like that. No? So somehow the environment is not good. But in agile, we prioritize individual needs. If that individual needs training, we consider it. and also prioritize interactions. How do we do it? By the use of processes and tools. We don't impose the processes, the existing processes, but we do somehow improve the existing processes and use tools to address the needs and establish collaboration. As you may see, uh, if we identify score values, one of the things that we will uh, understand there is agile is a mindset. It's just like digital transformation as we discussed yesterday, right? Digital transformation is a mindset. It's not about technology. It's a mindset. It is learning fast by failing fast. If the student fails, it's okay. If you fail, it's part of learning. In a way, we don't learn if we don't fail, right? Uh, so we we decrease the uncertainties. There's so many unknowns that we don't know. We decrease it by discovering and learning. We keep on learning every day so that we can decrease the uncertainties. Then after that, we discover learning by doing it in an efficient way. Somehow we also should also use our brain. We gain more experience so that we can do things in an efficient way. And we empower individuals and teams through effective collaboration. So that is the definition of agile mindset by Dr. Ahmed Sidki. Uh, So how did I implement agile practices in my profession as a professor? Next slide, please. Next slide. Huh? Is screen is freeze. Maybe you can open it again. Can close and open. While waiting, let me continue my story. Uh, so practices in the university context because the students have limited uh, limited amount of time to collaborate with each other because they have only a very limited time because they have many subjects to take. So that's the research that I implemented. So the idea is to implement an asynchronous interclass project collaboration. So it is an adaptation method to agile practices in university context. So it addresses the issue of the problems uh, that we face on adapting agile practices in university context. But actually in the industry, I also realized that it is also applicable in the industry because right now I'm working in California, but actually working from home. Even though I came here, I still do my work. So I work with my peers are from Japan, from China, from California, from different places of the world. So how do we collaborate with different time zones? So I guess this approach as well might be useful as well. So the objective of my research is to enable scalable across-class collaboration using agile practices. So how did I implement it? So there's so many ways to implement this one. So I focus on Scrum practices, but to implement this one, I develop a software. I call it Async Scrum Collab, but it's actually the approach is does not require to use this tool. You can use different tools, but I develop it one for research purposes so that all engagement or activities will be recorded that allows me to determine if my research is successful or not. But if you want to apply the same in your university, if you want to teach agile methodology as well, uh, you can refer from it. So I I I combine multiple classes and a number of multiple classes, a number of teams. So from multiple classes, let's say I have for my first experiment, I tried three classes, and each of classes have 20 plus students, and all the three classes I let them to work on a single project. So usually when we give project to the students, we pair them to students to work on a single project, right? But here we somehow emulate the situation in the industry where in single project there are many software developers. So from that project, I compose multiple teams for multiple classes, one project, and multiple software development teams. And following the guidelines of a Scrum guide, the methodology that we're using. One of the recommendation of Scrum guide is to limit the number of in one team 7 to 10 members only. So from that three sections or three classes, I was able to form a couple of teams. Then we apply the practices as sprint planning, daily scrum, sprint review, and retrospectives with the use of collaborative tools like if we're using, we use this tool that I developed for the project for me to track their activities. So there's also instant messaging tools, and there's also project management tools. So the outputs where we're able to implement it successfully and take implement it in several iterations, and we're able to uh, produce output in several sprints. And uh, the outcomes is looking like this here. this is one team, it's another team, it's another team. So there are 4 teams. And you can see here, there are several iteration. This is iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3. As you may see here, for some, at the for this one, you can see the improvement of this one is the attendance. The attendance is good. And this one is the progress of the project. As you may see, it from sprint 1, it has improvements from the previous one. So one of the recommendation from my advisor is to continue this for several sprints. So maybe I could exercise this project for aside from 1 semester, it could continue the project for several semesters. So maybe I could try that one. So the outcome is somehow for me is very promising, and it tells me that agile practices is also applicable in the university context, because when I first tried to teach agile practices in university setting, and when we tried on actual implementation on a project, it's somehow very difficult because of time constraints. And with asynchronous approach, it tells me that it is also possible. And realizing it that in in the industry, in the private sector, is also applicable. So if you want to try the methodology, uh, you may use some available free tools that are available right there. You may use Trilio for project management. Maybe you're aware of that. Of course, we everybody use Google Docs. Uh, it's very useful for collaboration. For example, for writing your thesis, you can write simultaneously and see where your peers are coming from. There, you can also use Mero for somehow collaborating via sticky notes and linking. So this is good, very good for brainstorming. So if you can do it asynchronously, you can post it, and your peers can somehow comment it on later part. So you can use also Loom for asynchronous video posting. If you have an idea and you cannot talk for face-to-face conversation. So you can post a video and maybe share your screen or somehow. So these tools are very useful if you want to apply. And these are not just the available tools that you can use. I guess in your country, you have several tools as well. You can use, example, use WhatsApp for communication. You can do those. But again, agile is not, and digital transformation is not about technology. You want to use this technology, just want to address the need of each individual. Do not impose, do not tell your students that you should use Trello, you should use Miro. You use it if you need it. That's so. Don't try to impose everything at once. Okay. So there are challenges that you will be facing. Like for example, would have somehow time zone or conflicts. Even though you're using asynchronous, there's still some issues, because did you know in agile there's a principle that the most effective of communication is face-to-face communications. If we talk like this face-to-face, it is more effective than talking asynchronously via text or somehow, because emotions is somehow important as well. That's why we prefer going here rather than online. Okay, so another challenges that you will be facing if you apply these types of approaches, uneven participation, because some students are thinking this can be done by that one because that one is very good. So to make it to address that issue, you may want to implement a regular peer evaluation and involve the faculty. Involve the faculty to the project. Let the faculty to contribute to the project as well. Let the faculty to program as well, so that the the students will feel that the faculty also feel what you feel like that. So another is faculty coordination. So if there are multiple courses with different faculties, you may want to share your rubrics and align the outcomes. Okay, and the roadmap that you could do is don't start big. You start with small one. Maybe start with two classes, and maybe start with two classes with related. So in my situation, I usually mix related courses. For example, software engineering, I mix it with quality assurance. I mix it with software testing. Mix it with software architecture. So if they are related, they are more on software development, I mix them. So that's how we do it. So another thing is you have to train the faculty on agile practices and using the asynchronous tools. And then you have to always, you have to do regularly collect feedback and iterate. You have to do it regularly, maybe every week or maybe every twice a week. And then from there, you expand from two classes to multiple classes to multiple departments to the until it becomes bigger. Okay, so the implication of this is your students will be very much prepared for a remote work and agile driven workplace in their future career as a software engineers. uh, it also encourages innovation and collaboration across different disciplines, regardless of the backgrounds. Uh, and also, it supports digital transformation in higher education. Uh, and that is for my presentation. I always quote that no human is a master of everything because there's only one master of everything, and you know. And but humans, we can master anything at a time. Maybe right now I may be a master of software engineering, but maybe later not. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, give applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Professor Lukman. You can sit first. Okay, any question for Professor Lukman? Okay, maybe you can say your name and your institution.
Okay, good morning, Prof. Lukman. My name is Prabowo. I'm lecturer in Computer Science BINUS Semarang here. Especially your topic is so interesting, and I have implemented Agile and Scrum in my project. But the topic is interesting because it is well implemented in educational purpose. Is that right? I have maybe two questions. The first one, do you have any measure tools or measurement method to measure on the successful implementation Scrum in educational purpose? And the second question is, what do you think if we use Jira, Microsoft Jira, instead of maybe Trello? Because I think Jira is one of the biggest application in project management, but you don't explain about Jira. Thank you. Is it enough?
Uh, that's a very interesting tool. So I'm very much honored to have a question coming from the students as well. Yeah. The first question is the measurement. How to measure if it's successful. Before I answer it, there's a mindset we want to set in our minds. In Agile, we don't want to think perfection because there's only one perfection, you know. Uh, Uh, you cannot be a perfect. There's no such thing as perfect human, right? So we always take mistakes. So, but the to measure, actually, my research is I did not present it because it will take very much long if I present it. But my research is have developed somehow a measurement. If I uh, oh, there, yeah, I have very much so many slides, but I'm looking for the slides. Uh, this one. Uh, like this one. I call it the sprint chart. Sprint chart. So this is one of the output of my research. So the tool automatically produces this tool to tell if the implementation of the students is successful or not. If we, so it in industry when we say sprint chart, it's usually some people think it's the burn down chart, but this one here is not the burn down chart. It tells the engagement that you need to somehow exercise. So this one here, there's a dash line that tells you the expected engagement that each individual should practice. Like for example, the first day is the planning day. In the planning day, there's so many collaborations that you should do, and the tool is expecting very high attendance and high engagement, and the succeeding this, the only engagement that you require here is the scrum meetings, the daily stand-ups. That's why it's small. But if you go here on the review and the retrospect, it will go up depending on the one. So this chart measures if it's successful. So as you may seen in the previous slides that I presented, this one actually it is summarized there. Uh, that one. It summarizes the engagement from those chart. It summarizes. So I did not present it because it really take a long time. And for your next question is your Jira. Actually, in our work right now, we use Jira instead of Trello. But I recommend Trello is because it's more simple than Jira. If you go to Jira, there's so many functions that you can, so many tabs. So, and at the first time, you will be overwhelmed. So that's why I recommend Trello. Okay.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Professor. Okay, give applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Professor Lukman, please stay in at the front. There will be a certificate appreciation for you for your contribution as a speaker in this today's session. We invite Chair and Co-Chair ICDXA 2025 Associate Professor Dr. Chin Wan Yu and Dr. Denny Eka Saputa to present a certificate of appreciation to Professor Lukman. Give applause, ladies and gentlemen. Please, documentation team. Wait, wait. Okay, give applause for Professor Lukman. Okay, thank you, Professor Lukman. You can return to your seat, and then we please, Dr. Budi can join us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, give applause for Dr. Budi. Thank you, Dr. Budi. You can return to your seat. Also, Professor, Associate Professor Dr. and Professor Denny. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to Professor Hao Sechan, maybe join via online. Okay, she not join online, so I wanna read this certificate appreciation to Professor Dr. Hao Sechang. Certificate of Appreciation. This is the certificate that Professor Dr. Hao Sechang has been appointed as academic speaker in the 4th International Conference on Digital Transformation and Application ICDXA 2025 organized by TAR UMT and in collaboration with BINUS University and EEE, the Indonesian Sector Computer Society chapter. Give applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, thank you for all the speaker for your insightful presentation. To all participants who is join online, you can check your parallel session, and if the parallel session start, you can join in parallel session. Okay, thank you very much and enjoy the parallel session. To participant join via on-site, you can break maybe 10 minutes. And after this, you can join the parallel session in room 301 and room 302. Okay? Enjoy your rest, drink, and prepare the next session. Thank you.